you were going viral in high school too, because like you had this one. What high school did you go to?
Brewster Academy.
And I believe this is from there. How old are you in this clip?
I had no idea.
This one.
This was you.
Oh, shoot, that was senior year of high school.
And then
this was senior year too. That's Derrick Jones who passed the ball, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Really?
Derrick. So, I don't know if you paused the video. There's like, that game had like probably 8 to 10 NBA players in that game. It was like me, Josh Jackson, Thon Maker, Jaylen Brown, Ivan Rebb, Derrick Jones. There was a lot of dudes in that game.
Well, why was your NBA 2K rating so low at first? Because if they just did a quick YouTube search, they could have seen all this stuff.
I don't know. I never
seems like you're adding Ronnie.
I was upset. But
No, I mean, hey,
I was
Ronnie,
like,
get it
man.
together, man.
That was, it was like 50. It's like, no, you see
come
one of these
on,
highlights.
man. This was what really, this was my first thing that I did was that went viral.
I captioned it like Louisville commit. Donovan Mitchell can shoot a 3 and dunk it at the same time or something
So like, you see
that.
like that dude was sitting, after I dunked it, I posted it, I just sat there and just started watching my phone just I didn't leave the gym like the whole
Why?
day.
How come you didn't do that in the dunk contest?
Because you see, other people had done that dunk before.
Oh, really?
Really?
So like, I was the first one to do it.
Yeah.
But then T. Ferg threw it off the glass, went between
That's
the legs.
right.
Like there were so many other versions of it, but like no one knows that I was the.
So you were
creator
like
of it.
coming up with NBA dunks for other NBA players before you got in the league.
Exactly. I don't, you know what I mean? They took
You could be
I
modest,
should have
but
trademarked it. Yeah. It's all good.
And then you also had the one during when you were in college. I don't know.
This
what's
is
the
like an
best way to
accidental.
describe this one, CJ.
This is an accidental space floater.
Oh my God. Y'all remember this? Oh my God.
We don't know if
That's
it counts as
senior
a
night.
dunk.
That's senior night my freshman year. That was I don't even know how to describe that.
Was it on purpose? Did you know it was going on?
I had a feeling at the end that it was going
Point
in.
up at it.
okay, that's true.
I had a feeling because I was like, it might actually go in, but no, that wasn't the plan at all.
But yeah.
Yeah, that was luck.
Is it true that like when you were in Louisville though, like you weren't sure if you were gonna get drafted?
Yeah, not at all.
And
wasn't part of the plan.
And then what made you decide to declare for the draft?
So I left school with full intentions on coming back. You know, I said it to the media, I want to come back. And then I went and worked out in LA with Chris Paul and Paul George, and probably after like 3 workouts, they were like, that's the wrong decision.
Were you just cooking them and they're like,
no, not even that.
this ain't
Just like they
fair.
were just watching, like, you know, my size, you know, athleticism, intangibles, like little things that, you know, I didn't really show in college that I was able to show with a lot more space. The biggest question was, could I shoot? You know, so once I started being able to shoot consistently, they were like, you know, and once you got guys like that telling you that you're ready to play, I think that's really what kind of I put in my head. I was like, all right, I'm ready to go.
Your first summer league game in Utah. So you kind of have like that home game.
court.
Yeah.
You were kind of making statements early on against Tatum. Look at that. We're here to hype you up, but also we want inside info.
I've talked to him about that. Like, it was all like in the heat of the game, but what's funny is I couldn't score that entire game. That was my lowest scoring game that I made.
You need to score right here.
It was like my 6th point of the game. Like, I was like 2 of 11, like couldn't do it. And so I took it. I was like, look, let me just guard Jason. Like, let me just try and like. I took that challenge, you know. And I think, you know, like we've had battles. He's came back at me during the season. Like we've had great battles between the two of us. But that game, like being in Utah, having that crowd around you, like it reminded you of college. It got you back to that, like, you know, get you going.
I mean, right away when the season started, you were like dunking. Like I remember Brickley told me right away that you were gonna be a big problem. And I think in October I texted him after the Clippers game. I was like, yeah, you're right. Like 1,000, because you had the 2 dunks during the Clippers game that was just. Walk me through this one a little bit.
We don't run this play anymore. Actually, they started scouting it. You know, it's just a simple fake pin down. You know, and unfortunately Austin bit on the pump fake, and I was able to get to the rim. I almost got hung on this one.
Well, you did it.
Pocket back. That's me.
Sometimes I go back too far, which is my problem sometimes. Yeah.
I think we have one of them. We'll see it. We were calling it attempted murder, but we'll look at it.
Yeah, we have some of the good ones, yeah.
But like, is that one of your favorite plays to like request? Like, hey, I think we should do the play where I slip and catch the lob.
It's usually out of timeout, I'll say, but we don't, like I said, we don't run it anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's an easy play to scout. You know, once you've run it a few times out, that's why we start running a lot at the beginning of the year. But there are different plays we run where we can get the same look. But I always like those. It just brings me back to high school where it's like all I used to do was dunk.
Yeah. This is where you point up. I love when you do that.
You the half court pointing up.
I was making sure nobody saw me. That's the big thing. I kind of sneak it behind me.
At what point are you starting to get attention? You feel like though?
As far in the NBA?
Yeah. Like
honestly, the dunk contest.
That's what it was?
Wow.
That's really what took off, like completely. Because one, I wasn't supposed to be in it. Like, I don't know if people remember that. I only had 2.5 weeks to prepare.
Aaron Gordon got hurt.
Aaron Gordon got hurt, right? So I had 2 weeks to kind of scramble. So every dunk I did, I've been doing since high school.
Where'd you get the extra hoop?
They actually have them. All arenas have 4.
Oh, wow. And they're like, hey, we're going to need that one.
That was probably the easiest one I did.
I mean, what are you doing?
I've been doing that for so long.
Okay.
Like, when you've been doing that, like that's literally what I would spend. You know how guys practice their jump shots in high school?
Yeah.
Like all I did was practice dunks.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Off the wall,
Off
though,
the
in the
wall,
gym?
and just different versions. Catching it with one hand, trying to go between the legs. Like, so I've been doing that for the longest.
And the Kevin Hart one, you asked him at the Mountain Dew event, right?
Came up that morning.
Okay.
Came up that morning. My sister was always gonna be a part of it.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't realize how short he was. Not gonna lie.
What? No,
I didn't, not until I saw him. Like until I
Yeah,
saw
you
him,
should
I
have
was
picked a
like-
taller
I was like,
comedian.
Yeah, my sister was like, she kept saying no. She kept saying no, and then
Really?
she finally said yes. Like the morning of, we tried it, and it worked out.
So the third dunk, don't tell me it's easy. I don't want to hear that one.
It's not as easy as the first one
Okay.
because to be able to, you have to cuff the ball right here
Yeah.
and catch it in the air. That took me a while to figure out, and a lot of it is practice, just kind of catching it like this. And I messed up my wrist, like right here.
Oh, really?
Like there's like a little
Ooh,
vein
yeah.
right here you hit. I always dunk with my hand. I never dunked my wrist, but I dunked it so hard.
How often does that happen?
When I hit my,
Yeah.
I practiced this a lot. Like I've been since I was a kid, just practicing how to dunk, just dunking on little hoops. So I don't ever dunk this part. And a lot of guys you see like their whole wrist will be messed up, like Bron, Vince Carter, those guys from here to here. Zach LaVine's the same way. Like all this is messed up. I have strong hands, so like I use my hands every time.
Yeah.
And kind of like you have to short arm it. So like even if you're here, you try and like short arm it just a little bit. It's like
Kind of throw it in,
exactly.
like Blake.
Yeah.
So then the last one is the one that the jersey you got an hour before.
An hour before. I slipped actually right before that, and I didn't know I was gonna make it. I was kind of nervous. So this was first time in a year doing that.
But you get this perfect because the celebration out of
Planned
it.
it all out. I was, if I knew if I did it, I had to do it right, you know, and I kind of pressured them into making the decision. I kept looking at it like it's over, like I have to win this. I didn't want to lose to Larry.
Now, you were saying that you came up with all these dunks in high school. What was that like? Was it just like in a driveway with your friends or after practice?
No, this was after practice. Really at Brewster when I started, doing a lot of that stuff. I would spend hours upon hours just doing it. I couldn't shoot in high school. I couldn't really dribble. I was athletic and I played defense.
Well, your vertical's crazy.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, because I actually
dunks.
thought you were 6'6", and then Brickley, I remember, told me he's 6'3".
And look who this is over. Yanked.
It's over Dwight.
Dwight
I
Howard.
forgot about that.
Well, can we see it one more time? They're out of
I got
nowhere.
long arms too now, so like that helps a lot. So like I can jump high and then just go grab someone and stuff like over there. That's why.
That next one. You see this?
Tip over Clint Capella.
Because people always talk.
I was scared for my life.
Really?
People always talk about that. Speaking of Vince Carter jumping over in the Olympics, you did it in game to Capella here, but except you didn't dunk it.
So what point are you gonna go shit?
Right there. Once I grabbed the rim, I said, "Oh, shit, this may not go well."
Capella was like,
And they didn't
is
call
he
a foul or nothing. That was the crazy part. They didn't call a foul or a travel.
Like maybe a
or
T for holding the rim or
something.
whatever.
I was
That's because you
expecting something.
cleared him.
The ref was just amazed by that. He's like, let's go on House of Highlights.
I wanted to block that so bad, though.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about earlier, like you're one of the few guys that makes the page even when you don't dunk it. So the play against the Magic, which was actually you crossed up Aaron Gordon.
On Jonathan Simmons.
Oh, yeah. I forget about that.
And your face on this
We don't.
is hilarious, because you knew right after.
Oh, because I was talking to, who was that?
Oh, he went for it.
That,
His career would have been over.
Simmons?
Yeah.
I was talking to him right after that.
What did you say to him?
Said, said you got very lucky.
Look at your face. Look at your face.
I sent him. He said you got very lucky. But here's an instance where I was talking about short arming the dunk. Like you could easily dunk it, but I try to you would kind of just try to throw it in the rim. It gets to a point sometimes we get creative in there, but I definitely told me I got really lucky.
I mean, we all have an imagination. We know what that would look like. I mean, it's not much different. You were up there and you threw it on him. That's crazy.
Your rookie year is really long, man. Like even after the dunk contest, when you kept hitting all those clutch shots against the Spurs.
Yeah, it started with like a minute left. We were down like 9. Ooh, I shot 36 shots this game. I shot so terribly until the last 5 minutes of the game.
This is that 3. That's just like.
That's a blackout moment.
Yeah.
That's the one where
because
I
you
don't
have
know,
to shoot that.
I don't know where I'm going. Like I don't know. I was supposed to come off the screen and I just said, nah, I'm just gonna shoot this right here. Like that was one of those like.
You knew you were gonna shoot the shot though?
Yeah,
100%.
For sure. I just didn't know where, and then I went to the wrong side, and 2 guys were right there, but I just raised up and shot it.
I know you were talking about the dunk contest being your biggest moment, but I actually thought your breakout one was the December game against the Pelicans. 41 points. Now,
this is
you would think
special.
that.
you were saying 8 points a game,
Yeah.
and then you got 41, which was the highest since Blake Griffin. Mentality here is what? Just like, are you at a certain point you're just feeling hot?
I hope y'all have the free throws at the end.
we
of
do.
the
Yes,
game.
we do.
We have it all.
This is like I'm in the game. I'm in my own zone, but we were down a lot. So like this is more so like a comeback to me. This isn't like I'm at 34. I'm at 36. It wasn't until I got to the free throw line with like a few seconds left that I realized I had 40. So now I'm starting to smile, and now I'm starting to like start cheese a little bit, like kind of be like I'm right there. You know what I mean? That's when. But right now it's more so just. That's why I gave up a 3 and I just shot it. Like these are the shots I'm talking about. Like Joe's telling me to shoot. Like that's why I love my
so your guys are
teammates,
kind of
like
telling
they're
you,
telling me like, all right, shoot. And then he knows like I'm gonna find him and pass it. I mean, so like moments like these, I don't really think about 40 points until those free throws.
So do you think a lot of that leadership came from your teammates going like, I mean, because you're a rookie, so I know a lot of guys probably are like a little guarded, but like your guys believe in you, so like you gotta take over.
Exactly. That's really where it came from, having your teammates. Because it's one thing to have the management and the coaches believe in you, but the guys you go out on the floor with, those are the guys day to day where it's like, yeah, this is it right here.
This was it. Because you
I
were
was trying
smiling
so
the whole
hard.
time.
I was trying so hard to smile. I was trying so hard, man. And believe it or not, I think I missed one of them. I missed one before this.
Okay.
I was smiling.
What are they telling you right here?
He said, just make the next one.
Okay.
Just make the next one.
Everyone knows though.
Because my teammates know whenever I get nervous or like there's a moment like that, I start to smile. Like, I always do that. Like if you ever see me smile on the court, just know like I'm a little nervous, like a little shaky. And like so that was like one of the moments where I was like, wow. And my teammates look at me and start laughing, like Raul and all of them start laughing at me because they know I'm like all nervous. It was fun. It was fun. I didn't go to sleep that night either.
The entire night?
No.
Now, I don't know if this is before or after All-Star, but, you know, you had your teammates showing you, love and telling you to take over, but, like, other superstars in the league were starting to come up to you.
He killed my man D-Wade.
Yeah.
And that was...
To kill your player comparison.
Man.
Yeah, everyone compares you to D-Wade. Is that kind of the same?
That's what I've really got to.
Ooh.
Hey,
Like,
I said Wade was like, maybe I should retire. I did not.
moments like those, like this, like wow, those are, even to this day, it's like man, like I'm gonna miss D-Wade now that he's retired, man. Like, but I'm so excited to continue to work with him. And this was actually a game for me. I really came in like wanting to excuse my language, kick their ass because. The first game, I was in awe of Bron and D-Wade, just sitting there like I was just a kid. And in this game was like, okay, y'all beat us. Like now I'm like, all right, like now we're coming in to win. But yeah, when those guys were talking to me, man, it was pretty special as a young guy in the league.
So were you still nervous before this game, or you were
No,
just confident?
I came in ready. Like this game right here,
So you were trying to like score
like,
20, 25, 30?
Not even that. I just knew like we weren't losing. There was no way. Like it came in. It was just a different. Like, you go through it once, you kind of get like, okay, that's Bron, that's D-Wade, that's Russ, that's Melo. All right, now I've gotten out that little phase. Now it's like, all right, now we're the same person in the same court, and that's what really. Some guys get there earlier, but like I said, this whole thing was just new to me.
But when LeBron and D-Wade are walking towards you after the game in December, in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
So yeah.
Do you have any idea they're coming up to you? They're gonna talk to you though?
No, and I'm gonna put myself on blast. I was trying so hard not to cheat, like.
But you left D-Wade hanging.
Because I was listening. I was like, I was stuck. You know what I mean? But it was that moment there. That with those two, with the one with Russ and PG and Melo, like those two were pretty special because I watched those guys so much. But like I said, it didn't really click. I was like, man, like all these dudes are coming up to me. It was just like you know, in 2K when you meet your friend. That's really what my rookie season was to me. At that point, it was just like, man, like I'm just like doing everything I did in the game like last year. Like,
you play your professional career like you're playing 2K.
That's what it felt like at certain times when those guys came up to you and talked to you. It just felt
awesome.
like it was an outer experience. But now it's like, all right, like that's Bron, that's D-Wade, that's all those things. But right then, that was the first time, you know, ever meeting them in person, seeing them, so it was pretty cool.
You were mentioning though then Melo, Westbrook, and Paul George. That one's even more surprising.
Yeah, that was even more.
Because I feel like Russ doesn't talk to anybody.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember.
I knew PG and Melo obviously from before, but when Russ came and talked to me and said what he said, that's when it was like, okay, like, you know, maybe this is something that I'm doing, you know. Because it's normal for me to talk to PG and Melo, but that was like, okay, like this is different, you know, because he don't say that to anybody ever. So that was when it really like hit me, like, okay, like this is something.
Now, does the relationship change when you are playing them in the first round, your first ever playoff series?
Yeah, it's funny. So the first 2 playoff rounds I played against the 2 guys that told me to come into the draft.
They're like, why do we tell you that?
So, I mean, you send your good luck text before whatever, and then that's it. You don't, it's all, there's no love after that, you know. And, I was the same way with them in the first round, and then with CP, he said the same thing. He said, congrats on your first playoff win. I'm not talking to you after it's done. And that was that.
Let's backtrack, because you were talking about how special that All-Star weekend was.
Yeah.
Well, even when he was warming up for the dunk contest, because like you said, you didn't get selected, and then
You had, 2 weeks, you said, to come up with
I feel like
all
you
those
did
dunks?
practice some of the dunks that you were gonna do though.
Believe it or not, I really don't like it.
Why not?
We liked it.
I liked it,
don't
and
like
I'm a Heat fan.
I don't like it. I just,
You said
Was
it's
it too
ordinary.
easy?
You said it's ordinary. Huh?
like, I don't like to say it, but like, yeah, it was kind of just, to me, it was simple.
I can't even touch the net, so I'll take it.
It was just real, like, just catch with one hand.
Just put, so
Okay,
easy, Donovan.
Okay, sorry.
I'll go try it after the show. I mean,
Is this
what
one
about that
better?
one?
That's funny because the play before that, we were at the free throw line. So Will and I went to the same high school, had the same high school coach. And he was like, I tried something, and he was like, you know, I'm never gonna jump. And it was the same game, like 2 games before that. And he jumped, and he just wouldn't look at me the rest of the game after that. We were losing, but like that was like, I started laughing the rest of the time because he was literally told me before that he wasn't gonna jump for anything.
And he didn't say anything right
He didn't
after.
say anything after that.
Have you guys talked about it at all?
Yeah, we all laugh and joke
Okay.
about it now.
It'd be funny if no one's friends with you anymore. Donovan Mitchell, the loner, because he dunked on everybody.
And then, is it still called the Rising Stars game?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was really good too, because it was, and I think you're smiling right after.
I thought this was the one I put over the back.
Oh no, we're not gonna embarrass you like that.
Oh, it's Tatum is celebrating for you. You went from, showing him up in that first game. Now he's celebrating the
No, like
dunks.
it's all love. Once you get on the
Yeah.
court, though, it's different. But that one, I couldn't give too much during that game because I had the dunk contest the next night.
Yeah. Also, he was going off in the playoffs too. Like,
Yeah.
even after the regular season, the OKC series.
Yeah, we
you won
wanna talk about
4-2. I would have.
4-2.
I wasn't expecting that, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
me
you.
neither.
No one.
Because they had a big three.
This is when like a lot of the D-Wade comparisons kind of felt really real to me.
Yeah.
Honestly, this was really a blur. I never had time to process what I was doing, what we were doing as a team, at all, really. Never during the whole playoffs. I was so locked in, to just playing the game at hand, the task at hand. You never really had time to say, wow, I did this until the series was over. And I think that's what pretty much us as a whole, we were really like locked in on this series. Because no one expected us to win, and no one expected us to even do anything. So for us, it was just a lot of it just being underestimated, really.
Yeah. Like,
We were
all of
watching
this
in
is
rehearsals and we were
ridiculous.
like, this crazy.
This whole second half was a blackout.
Yeah.
Like all of it was just because I hadn't shot well. I'm not gonna lie, I did peep this. I had said something to the OKC fans at the end of the game when we lost.
Yeah.
We posted it. And I was upset because I was like, damn, that's bulletin board material.
Yeah.
So I said like, we'll see y'all next year. And I don't know,
remember
somebody told you something, or you, but next thing I know, it wasn't there. So I was like, all right, cool. Like it was taken down. Well, it's not gonna be as big a moment as it should have been. So like, it was just like one of those things where it's like, I was being a kid, just saying whatever. And you came out there and I had to back it up. Like, you had
Well,
to.
blame Drew. He posted it. I said,
No, I'm not mad. Y'all not mad at all.
I said, we gotta get rid of that.
But I was like, all right, like, it's here, I said it,
Yeah.
it was recorded, and I gotta go out there and do it, because if you come back, you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back,
Well,
then
Well, the Rocket series was great too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Against your mentor.
the most
Yeah.
the most iconic dunk was the putback dunk.
yeah.
It's the most liked post, and it was last year was the most liked
This is why.
NBA highlight and house
What?
highlights.
Like, that's a dunk contest dunk.
You did the Chappelle pose.
Yeah, this is great.
That, damn, he scored on me after this. Could have said this.
No, we're not gonna show it. Don't worry. Anything bad Donovan Mitchell, we don't show.
You hung.
But yeah, that was more like a, oh, shoot, like, this is what happened. That's really what it was. Like, gave me a second to kind of, I don't know if you can like rewind, but I
We
find
can go back.
hilarious.
We can go back.
I can go back.
The media section, Tim
Was
McMahon.
yeah, they
Tim
were.
McMahon, he was like telling me all about his reaction. It wasn't until I looked at it and I was like, oh snap, like he really went crazy.
Have you seen the moment where LeBron tells, I think it was Chris Bosh's girlfriend at the time, you did this, it's your fault. Okay, this happened 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah, it was in the early days. Bosh was on the Raptors.
In
Yeah.
Toronto, I remember in Toronto.
Yes.
Second half especially.
We're
He
bringing
went
this
off-
up for
he
a
went off
reason.
for like 33.
Yeah, and I think they were down 20. It's your fault, it's your fault.
Stops. And
So this year,
class is enormous.
you're yelling that to somebody.
We want to get confirmation on who it is. Let's take a look at the
Is it
highlight.
Andre Drummond?
It's not Andre Drummond.
Okay, so
Really?
that was me
It's
doing
not-
fake news.
It's not Andre.
I'll take the L on that.
Well, we're confirming it here who it was.
It's not. So I don't know if you pause it. So there's a fan. There's a lot of consistency through these. Like a lot of these games, I shoot terribly to start, and then things kind of get locked back in. So a fan was just letting me have it, like talking about everything from you can't shoot, you suck, your shoes are ugly, rookie of the year thing, like just going at it. Like from my walk into the locker room and my walk back out. So I shoot in front of the fans, like every that's just my routine at halftime. And his courtside seat's right behind me, so he's just going and going. And I told him, I said, like, you better be careful. Like, just kept saying it. And he kept saying, what you gonna do? I said, all right, you better be careful. Third quarter goes by or whatever, and I start shooting, like start hitting shots. And I'm just looking at him. And now I'm starting to talk at him, talk. And then we came back from being down like 15, and then I hit the shot. And I turned around and kind of cursed him out, facing the other way. I didn't want to curse him out to his face. Disrespectful. See, like I said, something crazy.
I don't want
For Donovan Mitchell.
Did you have the Bosh moment or the LeBron Bosh moment in your head?
It's one of those moments where he had just got me to a point where I was just so. I got benched right before that actually. Like,
really?
No, because I wasn't playing well. Like I wasn't playing defense. I wasn't playing offense. And coach, the thing I love about Coach Van is he holds you accountable. No matter who you are, and so it really he knows like, all right, if I sit down, regroup, he gets on me a little bit and turns me up. And then it didn't help that the guy was over there talking